a quick video for the web admin for a TriTech company user. So basically, TriTech is the owner of this TriTech application, and what they were going to be using for their web admin is basically to manage their customers. So a few things that's missing from the screen is probably just like a basic login screen for the TriTech staff to get into the dashboard. Once they get into the dashboard, there's a few things that we're going to modify, but then overall, just keep in mind we are trying to have a better user experience, so a little bit quicker to kind of get to where you need it to be. That was one of the things that is very crucial for this project. So as far as the dashboard goes, we don't have the sale and the order, and we also don't really need to see the application number. So we'll be replacing with three different kind of stats. Most likely going to be range number, probably nutrient management plan, and then the app user number. So probably don't need really the graph, just some really simple quick numbers that might be sufficient, but they're just we do like to see the yearly, monthly thing, but I think graph may be a little bit intense for development, so we can probably just have it the stats a little bit have a little bit simpler of visualization. So either maybe pick a date range, and then you can see the number changes or something like that, but no need for this like comparison kind of graph. And then actually I'm not really sure, maybe this graph doesn't have any meanings. I'm not sure, but anyway, but also this currently those stats doesn't really represent what it means when you click on yearly, monthly, and daily. Like, is this number going to change? So there's some user flow that's missing or not clear on how they are using. And then we don't need a new order anymore when he does this. We probably want is under it. Is probably just going to be like a user activity. So that way TriTech admin can see in a glance that what is happening. But maybe what you can do, and this is just an idea, but you don't have to, is maybe have the box to be a user activity for one customer. So that way, you know this customer has an activity today, and this one doesn't have it, or whatever that is. So you know to act on this customer or not. So that's kind of it for the admin dashboard. And this is a similar, I guess, kind of like notification or actions. Is kind of like what we're thinking for this area for the user activities. And the way how it is right now functions, it seems like there's a sub menu after you have clicked on something, and then you can again create, add a user, add a customer, add a field, new NMP. But this the trigger for this pop-up is not clear to us, so we probably either we will repurpose it or we will just need some explanation for that. And then after that is this this looks like it is the customer dashboard, which is fine. We can have the customer here. The only thing is we want the customer to have if a customer has multiple range, you want to see multiple ranges, so we can have that. Just want to make sure that's clear on the design. We don't really need to have the number field column, so we can probably remove this one. As far as this status active and inactive, That's not clear where to add it, so it looks like there may be a user flow. Either it's triggered by 3 dots, or this is not very clear. And then this looks like it is the detail screen to a customer, which has, I guess, looks like the nutrient management plan, the field lab result, and user setting. So which is fine. The only thing is the nutrient management plan has versioning, so that maybe is something that I just want to consider. And then also normally the flow is you will find a range, and then oh, so this screen is actually me clicking on one of the range. So if the user have 2 ranges, I guess you will have to you should be able to click on one range or the other one, because this one is actually range specific, not customer specific. And anyway, so so we just need a way to see how they are they have different versioning, I guess, or how they're being organized, so they have different versioning. And those are the field. Again, we don't have the concept of field anymore, so this is probably called the management area. And then it looks like this is how you add a new account. So adding a new account, we just need to make sure. And then it's, again, this flow is not clear how I will be able to edit the customer information. It looks like this is a wrench for wrench, which then it probably just, I think this flow maybe just need to really be refined. Either we have it on the top is the customer information, one of the tab will be the wrench information, and then nutrient management area can just be set in a different level. But right now there is no place for you to see the customer information if they have multiple wrench associated with it. So we might just need to revisit that flow and making sure that's accommodating that. And this is basically, looks like this is the warehouse is adding the nutrient management plan. And just so you guys understand, the purpose for this admin is really the key thing for this admin is to create nutrient management plan, view the nutrient management plans log from the grower, and then also make adjustment to the nutrient management plan based on the customer's activity. So those flows are the 3 key flows that need to be strengthened. So we just want to make sure, like, the warehouse is adding it. Right now, the warehouse adding it, you add a new plan, I guess. You add a new, you find what is the account, you find the range name, and you set a bunch of stuff, and then you put the fields, and then you put the nutrient management plan in there. But then there's a few problems is when it comes to adding a new nutrient management plan, you can probably safely just select which customer, and then you will just select the range associated with it. And then this one will be cropped, so there's some data point that's off. And then also once you go into the field, those are basically the management area. You should be able to just select, not select, but you need to be able to draw the areas, because before you can draw the area within the app, so all that is going to be bringing to the admin. So even the setup of the range, and I'm assuming maybe at this level when somebody's creating, when TriTac is creating a customer, maybe that's a good place for them to set up the range. So like this, so maybe they will have the range information here, and then they also draw the range. And once they're creating a nutrient management plan, the range should already have the area draw for the management area, and then they can pick the area. And other than the area name, we probably just want to see a snippet of where that is, because sometimes they don't recognize, or you don't the TriTag admin don't recognize the name of the area without a visual to see where that place is. And then maybe just an easy way for them to add a new management area, maybe, or a shortcut to take them to the right place to add it if that was missed. And then as far as when it comes to adding nutrient management plan, this also is a little bit funky, but basically you're supposed to search for a product, and then they should be supposed to view its nutrients, and they should be able to add it in there. And then once they add it in there, we do want it to give them some ability to copy a bunch of them, and then copy into a different date, copy one or two, or copy a bunch of them to different dates, or just like delete a bunch of them at the same time. So this table, how they're generating this nutrient management plan is very important. And I guess every time you add one, you should, once you save it, you should be able to view them with a versioning. So right now with the current flow, that was the end of adding nutrient management plan. So I think there's a bunch of things that's missing from the nutrient management area, and also there is no flow for viewing how they're logged from the user. Let's see. Yeah, there's no place you can see how much application is actually logged for that day. And then also there is no way for you to make changes to your nutrient management plan in that sense, to accommodate the versioning. So there's just a few things on the nutrient management plan side of thing that's a bit missing. And for the other ones, like lab results, they're fine. We're actually going to be just doing it for as a simple PDF upload now, so that should make things a little bit easier. And then for the users, we actually just gonna have we're going to have one high level of a customer, and then within the customer, and then within the customer, you can also create multiple app users. So similar to how this page is, like where the user is, maybe you will see some activity for this user, but then we won't have any orders. So for this one, what we can do is we can probably have a customer and customer name, and then they can have range 1, range 2, and range 1 you can see the activity for that range 1, and then maybe just some like little, and then you can have a snippet of who are the user for this range, either maybe on top of here or right here, and then you can see what they are, and you can add more. That's kind of what we're thinking. So just a few things that to think through, and we also don't have ordering anymore, so that's you don't have to worry about it. As far as the admin goes, if you want to reference anything, we do think that it's kind of nice to see how Jira does it, where Jira is a pretty complicated project management software. And if you look at in high level, they have people here where they can add people. And then once you go into the Pacific project, I guess you can call it, you can probably call this as a range. And you can see a bunch of backlog, you can add issues. And maybe that's a good place for you to, right here, maybe you have one of them is considered like a nutrient management plan, and then you can see all their activities, and each of them, when they're creating them, they have some additional information. But then also right here they have a user, so you can add people. those are just ideas to throw around. There's not really any specific guidance or directions that I'm trying to set you guys through, just for you guys to see how they have people where they can add here, and then they kind of allow you to get some shortcut to different places. So just keep them nice and organized, because there are quite a few of things that you needed to include in the nutrient management area side of things. So like I said, for the almond, the big thing is really creating the nutrient management plan, creating the ranch, because right now there is no Pacific Flow House creating it with a map, creating the management area, and view the nutrient management log, and then also updating new versioning of the nutrient management plan and see how they're being logged as well. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.